I'm going to show you a brand new link building tactic we've been using to rank #1 for highly sought after keywords like link building survey or link building statistics. Now, these keywords don't necessarily generate a staggering amount of conversions for us, but they earn you hundreds of passive links that can help you grow your site's authority and rank other pages for juicy keywords. This is a tactic that's gotten us highly relevant DR90 plus links from the sites of GoDaddy, Ahrefs, WordStream, Buffer, and Neil Patel. Sites that would never in a million years take your Dear Sir guest post outreach email seriously. So if you're tired of getting endless rejection messages, demands for money, and unrealistic link exchanges, then listen up, because this tactic will bypass all of that. It's also easily repeatable and works in any niche. I'm going to reveal exactly how we pulled this off twice. Plus, I'll share one thing that very few people do, and if you don't, then it's going to cut your results by 75%. But before I show you that, let's quickly explain why this works. When a writer writes an article, they often need to find some statistics to back up a point they're trying to make. Where are they going to go to find those? On Google, of course. So if you can rank #1 for your topic plus statistics, then you can pick up loads of industry specific natural links. The problem is it's not usually as simple as throwing up a page with a curated list of statistics. Sure, it can work, but these terms are often highly competitive. So what's our secret here? Unique data. Google gives a huge boost to any site sharing unique data. So to rank #1 for competitive statistics keyword, it helps a lot to generate your own data. And one easy way to do this is by running an industry survey. This gives you everything you need to make an awesome statistics page, plus you can do an outreach campaign for the survey results. And trust me when I say this is doing outreach on easy mode. Sites will be falling over themselves to use your data and link back to you. Best of all, you can do this even if you have little to no traffic on your site. Just follow this exact 6-step process. Step 1 is to find a survey topic that people in your niche actually care about. You probably know the topics in your niche that get a lot of people paying attention. For us, if we talk about AI, SEO, or link building, people listen. But when we talk about analytics or email, 83% of you stop paying attention. So brainstorm some ideas and then Google each idea plus the word statistics. If there are stats pages without their own survey data, this is prime for you to swoop in and take #1. If there are no stats pages ranking, but there's at least 50 plus search volume in Ahrefs, then it's also good to go. Again, low search traffic doesn't matter here. We're not trying to get lots of visits. We just care about this handful of content creators who are going to search for the keyword and then will link to us when they use our data. If there are stats pages with survey data, check if they're recent and if you think you can make something better. This tactic works in any niche. Just look at some of these examples from travel, coffee, pets, and even fitness. Next, collect all the questions and data from the stats and surveys that have already been done. Pick the best questions and those which come up repeatedly. Then brainstorm any other questions which could give you interesting answers. If you're struggling here, paste the existing questions into ChatGPT and ask it for more ideas. For our link building survey, we found that none of the existing surveys asked how many links people were building per month. So we added that to our list of questions. Always use multiple choice questions so you can compare the data more easily. And one tip we got from a survey designer was to avoid giving a neutral choice, so that you force people to pick a positive or negative stance on something. And this will give you more interesting results. You can add cross-referencing questions to break down responses by demographics, experience, or other success metrics. We use SurveyPlanet to host a survey, and at just $20 a month, you can't really go wrong. Remember, you're probably only going to need this for 1 or 2 months. Step 3 is to promote your survey. Now, if you have an audience, then great. This part's really easy. You'll want to incentivize people to complete the survey. You'll often see surveys offer a prize to one random winner who completes the survey. And we actually turned this around a little and offered the prize for one lucky winner plus a lead magnet to everybody who completed the survey. This meant that everybody got something, and we got over 400% more responses when we did this. A simple guide or some kind of template pack works great here. By the way, if you like these kind of videos, don't forget to subscribe. We're really getting into YouTube right now, and it helps us to create more videos just like this one. You can also promote your survey via retargeting ads, though this can get expensive depending on your audience. Your target here is at least 1,000 respondents, though you can make it work with less. If you don't have an audience, you can pay for a service like Pollfish to get responses. It costs around $1,000 to $1,500 though, depending on the length and demographics you're looking to target. Or if you have zero budget, then try SurveySwap.io. It's completely free, though it will take a lot more of your time. To analyze the data, go through each question and look at the results in SurveyPlanet. Ask yourself, is this interesting? And can I cross-reference this data with any other question to make it more interesting? In our survey, for example, we found that the average link builder built 15 links per month, which is somewhat interesting. But when we broke this down by experience level, we found out that the most experienced link builders built more than 3 times as many links. We took this one step further and found data on link builder salaries, and then calculated that despite much higher salaries, experienced link builders represented a much lower cost per link. So by digging into things further, you can turn a boring stat into something really quite interesting. And you can do all this cross-referencing directly within SurveyPlanet using the filtering options. So you probably don't need a data scientist for this, as it's more important to know what's interesting, and only really someone in your niche is going to know that. Once you've analyzed all this data, writing it up is super easy. First, create a survey article. It should have a short intro. We keep this usually to a paragraph or 2 now. Then a highlight section where you cover 8 to 10 of the most interesting stats, and you can bold these as well for attention. Then have an about the survey section where you explain the collection methods and introduce any demographics or groupings that you use to cross-reference. The main part of the article is just a list of your interesting findings. Use a heading with the finding, what you found, and a paragraph or 2 with your own expert analysis on what this means. One tip here is to be really upfront about any limitations with your data. This inspires a lot of trust in your results. Oh, and definitely create nice looking graphs. You can use Canva for this. Then wrap up with a short conclusion. You should also create a statistics article so that you can rank for that keyword plus additional long tail link bait keywords too. To do this, you can reuse some of your original survey research. Collect the most interesting and most common findings across your niche, then add your own in there too. Split them into different categories if you have a lot of stats. And make sure to put your own stats at the top and reference any stats you're using from other people's data. And yes, you can use AI to speed up the writing process here significantly. Now comes the easy part though. Yes, you heard that right, because now you have interesting, well-presented, original data. Outreach is easy. We never had to pay for a single link, and our reply rates and success rates shot up. The easiest way to prospect is to look at the backlinks other survey and stats articles got. But a more extensive way is to look at each stat and think about the questions that this answers. So we had a stat that 89% of link builders thought that no-follow links have an impact on search rankings. Questions connected to this would be, are no-follow links good? Should I build no-follow links? You get the idea. Google each of these terms and then look through the top 100 results, manually selecting prospects that have an obvious place to reference your stat. Now here is the exact outreach template that we used. We grabbed their attention with the subject line. The missing stat angle kind of implies there's maybe a problem with their article, so I think that means they're more likely to open the email. What stands out in the body is the customization showing we've actually looked at their article, and the image of the stat to show we have data. The graph really highlights the point visually, and we're framing this conversation as, we did something interesting, here's the data, do you want to use it? No hard push for a link or anything like that. And because you're offering something of value rather than just begging for a link, you get a lot more positive responses, especially from high authority sites. Now this initial link building campaign yielded 18 high quality, free DR65 plus links. But once our survey and stats articles started ranking, we got over 200 passive links in the last year. And best of all, they keep coming in with zero additional work from us, so long as these pages keep ranking. You can take things a step further by using this data across your site to add value to commercial pages. Let's say you did a survey on coffee usage and found out how much coffee people that own their own coffee machine drink. You could use this in all of your coffee machine reviews to calculate the price per cup over a period of time, and then use this as a basis for scoring and comparing different machines. And all of this means that we're demonstrating thought leadership, growing our reputation, and becoming a true authority in our space. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe and click on the bell to make sure you don't miss the next one too.